What happened to the Warren Buffett magic? Where did it go? Where did it go? Well, Satan gives and Satan retakes. That's just a fact because it's gone. It's gone. And could not have happened to a better guy. Anyway, so I'm watching this video right here from this channel, and I'm not familiar with it, but it's the the history of Warren Buffett's 80-year career. Look at that guy. He's just a grandpa who likes to eat his creamsicles and go to Dairy Queen. He lives in suburban Omaha. And he drives an old beat-up pickup truck or something like that. The whole thing is just a freaking I cannot believe how many people fall for this. And by the way, I never even fell for that much. I always said, how does Warren Buffett make so much money? Well, his dad was a congressman first and foremost. That would seem kind of weird. I said, okay, so his dad was a congressman. We know Nancy Pelosi, Dan Crenshaw, Ilhan Omar, all these scumbags get rich with insider knowledge. You tell me Warren Buffett did not have some insider knowledge when his dad was a congressman to use that to benefit old Warren? I mean, I don't know. Just throwing it out there. I'm just asking questions. Very, very interesting to me. And I said, yeah, isn't it interesting? And then he teamed up with Benjamin Graham, his professor, and he was able to scour the financial pages that no one else could scour as like a young man. Same kind of thing with Bill Gates. Bill Gates went to some rich people in Seattle for his money when he started off. I was like, how did Bill Gates get a meeting with these people? Oh, well, his dad. I said, got it. Anyway, so check this out. But the guy's just a scumbag. There's all there is to it. And I remember I had read this book probably in '98 or something like that from Robert Hagstrom. Something about Warren Buffett. I can't remember what it's called. And it was a great book. I very much enjoyed it. This is back when I thought Warren Buffett had known investment strategies that no one else did on the Chris Dodd, Ben Graham thing and value investing, all that stuff. And I very much enjoyed that book. The Hagstrom book was fantastic. And then I went to go work for Legg Mason, for which Robert Hagstrom was a fund manager of the Legg Mason Growth Fund. And I sent that to him to get autograph. I said, hey, man, this book had an impact on my life, because it said I like to be in this business. And he seemed very flattered when I asked him for his signature. Turns out the Legg Mason Growth Index Fund or Growth Fund didn't do all that in a bag of chips, even though the whole premise was built on the models of Warren Buffett. And I said, that's interesting. And it's just this kind of fun. Now, Hagstrom seemed like a nice guy. I never actually met him in person, but we communicated via email. And I do got his book signed in the back there someplace. Anyway, so I'm not ignorant about Warren Buffett's prowess as an investor, how much money he's made. I'm certainly not ignorant about his philanthropy, which we'll get in here in just a second. But the magic is gone. As MC Hammer said, the thrill is gone. And if you haven't heard the first MC Hammer album, you're wrong, because that album just crushes. All right, so this is a great video, by the way, and I'm sure I won't remember to put the link in the show notes, but just look up how history works, the history of Warren Buffett's 80-year career. All right, so we're going to go back to, we're going to look at 2000 to 2009, all right, for Warren Buffett versus VTI. And you're going to say to yourself, look, Warren Buffett made more money relative to VTI by significant. They made 40%, almost 50% more did Warren Buffett make during 2000 to 2009 than VTI. All right, so hey, Warren Buffett had less downside, less max drawdown, a little bit higher standard deviation, but the facts are where VTI basically only had less than 1% annual rate of return, Warren Buffett had significantly higher than that. But now let's go to 2010 till today, shall we? We'll go to 2000. So we're talking over 15 years, amigos. 15 years. 2000. Oops. I need to go here. Boink. We're talking 15 years. All right. 15 años, as us beautiful Latinos like to say. Scanlon's Latino name. Did you not know that? And we're going to compare the two. Let's see what VTI has done relative to old Warren, shall we? VTI has actually done better than Warren. By $1,000. $10,000 invested in VTI is worth $77,000 now. $10,000 invested in old Warren is worth $76,000. Standard deviation of VTI is significantly lower than that of Warren. Significantly. I mean, that's standard deviation being volatility. The best year is better. The worst year is worse, but we still have lower standard deviation, higher rate of return. Not too bad. Now, that's over the last 15 years, which includes the shenanigans that helped with Buffett getting those Goldman Sachs warrants and the Bank of America warrants and options and stuff, because Warren Buffett was the only game in town when it came to loaning these people cash. and he was able to make immense rates of return on those warrants and options he had with Bank of America and Goldman Sachs. And Warren Buffett was carrying lots of sacks for Goldman. That's sacks of gold for Goldman. That's a fact. And yet, even then, VTI still beat Warren Buffett. Now let's go back to the last 10 years, shall we, Finnegan? Yes, we shall. Go back to the last 10 years. But Warren Buffett's such a great guy. He's just a grandpa. Is he now? And we're going to go to the last 10 years. You can see right here, VTI, again, his smoking old Warren. We're up 13% a year. Warren's up 12. Higher standard deviation for Warren, so we can make more money with less standard deviation. Not too shabby. Let's go back to the last 5 years. Now you can make an argument, well, Warren Buffett is more of a value investor than he is a growth investor. Well, we're talking 15 years now, frankly. We go back to 2019. Let's take a look here. Boink, boink, boink. But boink, 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 boink. And you can see 2015, last 5 years, we are up significantly more than old Warren there too. We've averaged 16.8. Warren's averaged 14.29. All right, and that's just by being an index and being done with it. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Oh, but Warren, he's so wealthy. He's such a philanthropist. Okay, is he? Let's take a look at Warren. So I asked Grok, give me a history of Warren Buffett's liberal donations, will you, Grok? And Grok says, sure. Warren Buffett, the legendary investor, okay, legendary how? He hasn't beaten the VTI for 15 years. Well, has long been one of the world's most prolific philanthropists, pledging in 2006 to donate 99% of his fortune to charity because he sold his soul for rock and roll. Now he's trying to make good. He's like, look, man, please let me get my soul back. And Satan just laughs, as freaking Black Sabbath says in War Pigs. Satan, what does he say? Satan laughing. Can't remember the lyric off the top of my head. Satan laughing spreads his wings, something like that. As of mid-2025, his lifetime giving exceeded $60 billion, primarily in his shares. While his donations are broadly philanthropic, I can't even pronounce that word, focus on global health, education, poverty alleviation, and social equity. Many recipients align with progressive or liberal priorities, such as pro-abortion, anti-white, get rid of fossil fuels, and support for marginalized communities, whatever the hell that means. This has led critics to label them as liberal donations, but check this out. He's given $43 billion to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and 4 family-linked one too. I mean, look at this. $40 billion in 2006, $2 billion in 2007, all to the Gates Foundation. Look, colors of change, so racial justice, the Rockefeller Family Fund. But yet Republicans and conservatives said we shouldn't tax the foundations because the Christian charities will be hurt worse. The whole thing. Conservatives are the easiest people to manipulate. I mean, liberals just aren't that bright. Conservatives are actually smart, but they're so, I don't know what it is, man. They just got a lack of understanding of how the real world works. It's the weirdest thing. Gates Foundation, another $20 billion or $3 billion for COVID health equity focus. Sherwood Foundation, Susie Buffett, Nebraska early childhood education equity. Buffett endorsed Hillary Clinton. Family Foundation's Thanksgiving tradition, Novo, whatever the hell Novo is. I think that's a vaccine thing. Here's Gates Foundation. Yep, children focus on inequality and women's rights. Gates Foundation, with each child's foundation, cumulative over $60 billion. Reproductive health, Susie, that's what it is. Susie Buffett Foundation. Let's take a look how bad that is. By the way, he endorsed and donated to Barack, endorsed Hillary Clinton, gave $105,000 to Democrats. Family foundations amplify liberal causes. The Susie Foundation has donated millions to Planned Parenthood and international abortion things. Novo has given $14 million to groups like New Organizing Institute, Progressive Training, and National People's Action. National People's Action. You know what that is? Actually, I was mistaken. I thought National People Action was, what's his name? Freaking Al Sharpton's thing. But this is almost just as bad right here. We face a triple crisis. People in the United States and around the world face a triple crisis. Authoritarianism, threatens democracy, climate change, and there's a decline in civil society resulting in disconnection, despair. But Warren Buffett is going to help us with this right here. Look at this. Look at this. We're all together. We're all together. We're raising our hand, our fist. People and planet first. Healthcare for all. Homes guaranteed. This is so freaking stupid, dude. We're going to build a diverse and inclusive democracy. Dude, I freaking despise these people. Anyway, invest in Warren Buffett to your heart's content. Remember, look, I get it. I'm in VTI. And I probably own Berkshire Hathaway shares in there. Is it worth selling your soul for money, though? I think about this all the time. Is it worth selling your soul for money? And no, it's not. But how do you avoid that? I just think you invest in the index funds and be done with it. If you're going to throw your money specifically to Warren Buffett because Warren Buffett's this magic investor, you're taking all his liberal crap with you. And I don't know how you can do that, man. Look, I'm a hypocrite. I'm still investing in these freaking horrible corporations that are destroying American middle class. I get it. But, what else are you going to do? Buy U.S. government bonds so you can send your money to Israel and Ukraine and freaking USAID. The whole thing is insane. And you just can't sit with it. I guess you could buy gold, but I'm not going to do that. So it's tough. It's tough. So I just say at the end of the day, I feel comfortable by investing in the index and being done with it. Anyway, God bless. Smash that like button and tell your congressman to tax the damn foundations. God bless. We'll see you.